going on, everybody? Quick tutorial on backside 180s today. Really basic, fun trick. One of the tricks I think that you should learn after getting your ollies down. Frontside 180s also, those seem to be the go-to, but backside are pretty fun also. I've been more of a backside person all of my skateboarding life. So for the backside 180, some people like to scoop it. I don't really like to scoop it at all. I think when you scoop a trick really hard, you don't leave as much room for the pop. And for this trick, you don't need much scoop because you're just going 180. Maybe if you were going, for something like a 360 or 540 shove it or something that requires a lot of scoop, that would be necessary. But in this case, I don't like to put my feet in a scooping position, as you see for the backside 180. This trick is mostly in the winding of the shoulders and in the arms. And it might sound kind of surprising because you may not think about your arm movement when you're skateboarding, but actually the momentum is what carries you around with this trick. So you want to have your ollies down and not just a basic pop like a low ollie. You really want to be able to get some height on them because that's what's going to get you really doing this trick properly without pivoting or reverting on the ground. You want to get some good height on it. So make sure you have your ollies down, and then this trick should be a breeze after that. So when compared to an ollie, instead of just, bending your feet and popping and, sliding up the board, you're going to be combining that ollie with a 180-degree turn. So because of that, before you pop the board, you want to have your shoulders wound up. So you can tell in the clip here that I'm actually turning the top part of my body and swinging my arms before I even pop. And by the time I pop, the upper half of my body is already facing backside. So because of that, my feet are going to want to just follow the momentum there. And that's what's really going to carry me throughout the trick. And from this point on, your pop is going to dictate whether or not you're going to get the full rotation or not. So if you have a good, nice, solid ollie, then you shouldn't have to worry about rotating or pivoting or anything when you land. Couple problems that I remember having with this trick when I first learned it was my feet slipping off the board, and that can be one of two things. It can be that you have worn out shoes and grip tape, and that's usually the case, but if not, then it could mean that you're putting your back foot a little bit too far towards the bottom of the tail. And if you set up like that, it'll be a lot easier for your foot to slip off when you're trying this trick. So this is how I set up for the trick. I don't, set up too far above, like I'm gonna scoop it, and too far behind with too much of my heel off. I just put it right in the center. Another problem is that some people just have a really hard time turning backside. They're just not really backside people. It feels very awkward, so they don't know how to really turn in that direction. And for that, I would say practice doing the rotation without the board. Just practice winding up your shoulders, jumping, and then turning what would be a backside 180, but without the board. That helps get rid of the fear of, hitting your shins or, just having the board in the way and just falling or anything like that. If you just get the board out of the way, then you can just practice on the rotation. And I would say practice doing that until you feel comfortable with it, and then just throw the board in the equation. So that was just a quick tutorial on backside 180s today. It's all about the winding of the shoulders, and that starts before the board even pops. It's just about the little things that most people don't notice. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, stay tuned for the more advanced content, which I do plan to put out soon. Thank you guys for watching. Put your comments, your suggestions below. I'm always looking forward to reading them. See you next time.